Alright, 7th graders, this video is to try teaching you how to modify your dragster car design. And to do this video, first you need to make sure you have your wheel axle holes and air injection hole completed on your dragster car. And that video was shared with you, created by Mr. Severson from last block. And so if you're not done with that part yet, I would pause this video and come back to it when you do have it complete. So what it should look like is this. You have your length, width, and height made. You can see that there is a hole going through my wheel axle hole in the front, a hole going through my axle hole in the rear, and then also the air injection hole also in the rear. So that's where you should be at for this video, and I'm going to pretend, let's say I want to make this design. So ultimately, all of you are starting from a block of wood, and from here you're going to shade away or cut away whatever you want from your car to get the design that you want. So if I'm trying to make this design, I'm going to just show you a couple of the steps that you can do to make this happen. So you'll notice then from here, I have a little arch that is cut away from this block of wood. And so to do, alright, I had to modify the video, so I might have just cut in from there. So I'm going to click what side I want this shape to be, and that'll end up giving me the cutout portion arch from the bottom. So to do that, I'm going to take this round roof, drag it out here, and you'll notice obviously it's not in the direction that I want it to be, so I'm going to see if I can change the angle. Not that way. So there's another one. Let's see where it's located. This one here. So I want it to be flat that way. And so now I take this shape and I need to get it to the size that I want it to be. So I'm going to expand it down below here. And remember, I can't cut into this air injection hole in the back, so I got to make sure this is 1 inch in, 2 inch in. I cannot go into this section right here. And so I'm going to expand it a little bit more. From the front, I'm going to expand it a little bit more, or that was the rear, I'm going to expand it in the front. And then from there, I need to make sure it's going through the dragster car. And to do that, I'm going to make it 2 inches long, and you can see that number right up above there, you can see it's 2. And now I'm going to take this arrow on the side, and this is how you always can move it through, up and down, left or right. You can drag it through, so I can see it's poking out on this side and on both sides. So at this point now, it is a solid shape. I don't want it to be a solid shape on my car. I want it to be a hole. So up here, I click on the hole, and now I have to join both objects together. So I'm going to click on my dragster car, and then with Shift key on the keyboard, I'm also going to click on this right here. And then up above, it says group. So I went up above, I'm going to group both of them together. So when I do that, you'll see it cuts away that design there. So that gets you started a little bit. And of course, you have to keep basically chipping away or cutting away until you get the design that you want. So for me, the next step that I did is from this block of wood, I need to cut off at an angle this front part of my car. So to do that, I'm going to take a different shape from the side over here. Let's go with the box here. And I'm going to take my box, and once again, I need to angle it because right now it's just parallel with the bottom. I'm going to angle my box here until I get an angle that I want of what I want the front of my car to be, and then I'm going to expand it. And ultimately right now I'm going to move it around to get it in the position and the angle that I want cut out from my car. So from here I'm going to drag it, and you can see I have it lined up with the front of my car, and I'm going to angle it just a little bit more. Takes a little bit of patience and playing around with it. There we go. That That'll actually work, I think. And so then I got to make sure it's going through all the way to the top. And so that would be the angle. And if, of course, you want it to be different, you can modify the angle. So from here, now I have the angle that I want. And now I have to make sure it's going through the dragster car. And so from here, again, I need to expand this out. I'm going to go 2 inches. And then you see this black arrow here. That's, again, where I can drag it through. I can see it's pointing out on each side, so it's not going to just cut part of the dragster car. And right now it's a solid block. I want it to be a hole, so I'm going to click on hole, and then I'm going to click shift for my dragster car. So now I have both my dragster selected and this new box that I already selected. And now I go up above and click group. When I do that, you can see it cut away, and you can see the mistake that I made in the front here. I didn't quite get the front edge. So because I want my car to be faster, I think that would slow it down. I'm going to go back and click undo. And I'm going to lengthen this box here so that it's actually getting the front cut off also. So I just lengthened it. I should be able to, I can see it's a little bit of a red block there, so I'm going to expand it on this side. At least try to. Let's see. There we go. And now let's see if the front. Okay, I think I have it where I can cut that away. So I have it where I want. Now I'm going to click on the dragster car. Both of them are selected. Now I can regroup it. Oops, and you can see again I have a little bit there, so I would have to undo it and keep going back and forth until I get the design that I want. So it does take a lot of patience, and of course you can then shape it if you want to make this narrower. Right now it's just solid all the way through, and you can see from my original design I cut some from there. And so from there you would cut away on this block of wood, just toying around with either cylinder, different shapes over here to what you want to cut away.